Yes! Yes! It's all mine! The pain is now over! Wait. I have a Let's Play to continue? Hold on. Greetings, folks. It's me, Giglime, and welcome to our next and last prototype we're going to be doing before we take care of the last bonus episode, with that bonus episode being the Japanese version of the game. And that prototype is the E3 prototype to Crash Bandicoot. However, because I don't want to have to revisit like a lot of these levels, I am going to load the save state. So, let me see. F3. Because I want to show you the levels that are going to be important to us today. And of course, I was only able to get certain gems and only certain ones, and certain ones won't be able to be collected. Let me pull up my to-do list, and well, let's start off. And I'm gonna tell you this now: loading screens are a bit longer when it gets to going back to the islands. A lot longer. And as you just heard, that opening bit was never in the final game, for some odd reason. But now that we're playing the E3 prototype, what's different from this prototype and the final, from that prototype and this prototype is that music was introduced. This was, you're just hanging out, just is 1996, a whole year before I was born. And of course, this game released a whole year before I was born, or almost a whole year. But there's still no invincibility music, but at the very least, Aku Aku does have effects. Let me just let this wear out first. But this is where it was known as Crash for sure, and there is a little bit of a glitch that can happen with the title screen, where the title screen can end up it can end up with saying Bandicoot backwards by mistake. And I'll tell you that the game over screen is creepy. I already got the gem here, so I'm not going to be able to show off me getting the gem, but getting the gem is a bit different. The effects are still the same from the prototype. But, in terms of what it looks like when you get a gem, a gem just appears right next to your percentage, it does not scroll by, and Crash does not spin around and go, ta-da! And one box I wasn't able to show off in the prototype is POW boxes. They're essentially non-lethal nitro crates, and I guess the reason why they didn't show it's because they kind of had no reason to. But I might as well just go to the Great Gate and see if I can actually get to the one point. Because it is possible with this version. So I haven't done it in the final version, but I think I can probably get it done. And of course, this was a demo that was being shown at E3, and with how much Naughty Dog had to do, which is a topic I almost forgot to talk about. like, there's a interview type show on YouTube, and one of the people they interview, it was one of the original designers, or, well, original staff for Crash Bandicoot, Andy Gavin. And what they had to do when trying to get past the PlayStation's limits was try to was actually hack the PlayStation. They had to hack the PS1 and replace the memory with their own, so that way a lot of the effects on this game were possible. And that surprised me. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, on the edge. Ah! Sequence break. And I have 2 masks to help me. Why am I so bad with these gate levels? Let's see how different these levels are. Because I do want to show me getting a gem. Because I know I can't really access the lab, no matter what I try. Like, there are playthroughs of it, but I don't really know the Game Genie codes for that, so I can actually access the lab upon restart. Can I please get past this point without fail? Now, that uncut version of Sandy Beach, you can listen to it right now with pre-console on Josh Mancell's Twitter, not Twitter, SoundCloud. I don't think Josh Mancell has Twitter. Okay, you want to jump off of this because there's nothing here. Just wonder what then. Guess that's one difference. But Josh Mancell has like a SoundCloud. He uploads music he's done for many different venues. Oh, I think this is what I'm talking about. Okay. Walk until you hit a stop. Because if I hit a stop, which would probably be soon. Okay, it's much more visible in the prototype. Excuse me? How is it more visible in the prototype, but not visible at all? Well, in the Insane Trilogy and the final versions of the game. How does that work? At the very least, I have a couple masks to make the job easier, but seriously? I can't really do that one thing where I can just spin as I jump, so I can still get the height. Okay. Why can't I do that more often? Oh well. I played these levels enough to make them no problem. Have to get past this thing. I'm gonna be real here, the aesthetics of these, like, tribal levels would make a nice Lemmings graphic set. I mean, if, like, Namina still needs sets for, Lemmings Plus 7, if he does, make that, I mean, there's an idea. Oh, wait. Is that all the boxes? I hope it is. Because this game is pretty stingy with what boxes are broken and whatnot. Yeah, I can show this. Yeah, the gem just appears. Kind of wish it was like that in the final. But we do not get the spin and ta-da. But hey, sequence breaking. that's what you have to do in these kind of demos and such. Let me see. Yeah, it takes that long to get back to the one thing. Rolling Stones, Hog Wild, Native Fortress. Okay, up the creek. Let's go up the creek. I'll probably show at least one boss before switching to the other version of the demo, the one where it's modded so where the locked levels are in the final version. Now I don't care if I die here, but there is a little something different with this level, and I'll show once we get to the end. Oh yeah, these areas can be weird. It's much less jank in the final, where like there's a hole between like a log and the platform, and it's very easy to end up dying by complete accident. You have to wait. Do not spin into a monkey while the monkey is rolling, because you've seen what almost happened to me. Yeah, there is a significant difference with this one. Look at that. Like, that's also present in the prototype. I will tell you that some levels I'm showing have no changes from the prototype, and some do have changes from the prototype, but are changed in the final. Ooh. It sounds like I was trying to be Cortex for a moment. I think I was like just barely like late on that one. But this one, like, bosses still act the way they did in the prototype, which makes them really hard to jump on. And because once you hit activation crates in the prototype, like you can still jump on them even though they won't do anything anymore. But in the final, they just once they activate, they no longer become bouncy, and they're just platforms you can stand on. Now we're here at what's different with this level to the final. Look at these platforms. Well, at least you know it's there, so... I've done it on my first try when I was streaming this game to Crash Canyon, but hey, it's worth a shot. And also, the sounds are still going. That's another bug with the prototype. So, let's see. Lost City, Temple Run, Boulder Dash. I wish I can go straight to Whole Hog, but that's for another demo, but... Yeah, Jaws of Darkness still was on the second island. But, Sunset Vista. I am not going to enjoy this, but might as well get this show on the road. At least I have enough lives for it. Do not expect me to get the gem for this. But I might as well show off what was different in this version that was then changed in the final. So I'm gonna cut to that because holy cow, this level is just not forgiving. Yeah, those bats are still immortal, but you can at least stop the bats and such. And you can screw up like that. Of course. The only way of getting a life grinding on this level is just this opening part where you just get all the fruit, leave, then re-enter stage. Get all the fruit, leave, re-enter stage. Get all the fruit, leave, re-enter stage. Because, again, those bats are immortal in this version. They were changed so you can actually kill them in the final. So glad that these bats... Yeah, they're gone now. Hey. And this is basically where the differences of the bat locations are going to start to show. While this part of this stayed here for at least this demo, the upcoming part is where the stage actually starts to deviate. Because the bats are no longer here, meaning we can actually safely traverse without much of an issue. And one thing I forgot to point out in the previous prototype, there's a bottomless pit. There's no water, just a bottomless pit. And of course, I will tell you that there's a little bit of a, like... Okay, good. I landed safely on it because there's something I'm going to show when I show off the Japanese version. And because that version is going to be done through post-commentary... Well, that version is going to be done through post-commentary, and I'm going to just abridge it to some parts of it, because holy cow, Sunset Vista still doesn't like me. On top of that, I will just say this now, while the Japanese version for Crash 1 is overall easier, Sunset Vista has different timing in the Japanese version, at least as far as I'm aware, and it's overall and Sunset Vista is overall the hardest stage in the game because of that. Yeah, for once, a little difference in Sunset Vista can make it much harder than fumbling in the dark. Yeah, go a little bit further towards the center. You have to make a leap. There's no iguana there, but it's still quite a large leap, and there's probably a good reason why there was another part of the terrain added here. And this here stayed from the prototype, but that's the last time it will ever appear. And I'm pretty sure the box that was in there moved to here. Darn it, got nervous. Yeah, the formation of that has changed too. And of course, there's another thing that changed. There's another thing. There's no CORTEX token in this yet, which means no key. the very least I can spin into that box, because I've always had trouble trying to get it. So, of course, meaning that we can go gung-ho. I said we can go gung-ho with the invincibility. At least as gung-ho as we can. I want to wait with this one. Ah! It's so hard to jump on those, I swear. Yeah, the bats from here are gone. Like... Okay. Darn it, couldn't do it without getting hit. I am a bit rusty in terms of my crash strategies, but at least I still have a mask. Wait. Because there's only... Yeah, there's no boxes there. There's not a single one up. So I don't have to go there, fortunately, and risk dying. Ugh. I don't think I'm gonna get the gem because I feel like there's gonna be one non-existent box that's gonna prevent me from getting it. But you're gonna see how much shorter this stage has become in this demo particularly. Darn it. And of course, I forgot to mention about the font difference, how they're using the Roquette font, if that's the name of the font. But yeah. I was doing so well. Why did I do that? Well, you heard the sparkle effect, but I was doing so well. That's heartbreaking. Well, at the very least I don't have to play this level anymore. So I'm pretty sure you get the idea of how much this level was nerfed over time. So I'm gonna cut the recording, and we'll be back with the second part of the E3 prototype. Back in a moment. And we are back, and we are playing the modded version, which adds the locked levels to the first two islands and replaces their locations. However, I cannot get past Nitrous Brio because even when I defeated his 3-hit monsters, the game just soft locks, preventing me from beating him because no matter how many hits I try hitting him with, he gets too close to the edge where I cannot land on it. So, with my low level of lives, I'm gonna go straight to Cortex power. So why not this next one? You have to play this level to get past it, and we'll show that level in a bit. But of course, we gotta show off some differences. Like, this level is also the same in what I believe this level is the same in the prototype, but also look at that background. But we might as well just show it off here. So, what's the big difference here? No top-down view. And the inability to keep a hold on my masks. And the inability to keep my lives. I may need to load a freaking save state after this because this doesn't feel natural. Because I'm so used to the stage having a top-down view to the point where this just doesn't feel right with this level in mind. And look what you have to jump over with this view. And on top of that, the reason for a top-down view is that trying to play with this view can lead to some very jank collision. I mean, the collision in these prototypes are just bad. And with the later levels, you'll notice that there's a lot less music. And I can't get the gem because I'm missing 7 boxes from a different pathway I don't know of. And this guy does not have his laugh, but I know one thing I can get. My 1-up. The reason why I have so little lives is because of how much, well... How much fumbling in the dark drained my lives. I'm gonna have to show that level in a bit to show some unfinished aspects about it. But don't expect me to show off the whole thing because I hate fumbling in the dark. Even in its prototype stages, it's not fun. And I couldn't even get fumbling in the dark to run on the pre-3 prototype. I'll tell you, this stage did not have a blue gem requirement initially. In fact, because I have enough mask, this stage is very easy. This part of the stage is very easy. I'm pretty sure this is gonna run out now. Okay. I'm not going to be able to get the box gem for this. However, I will show you something that is very mean and what makes getting the box gem for this, if you can get it, impossible. That's why. Like, he won't hit you from where you're standing. I mean, look. Look at where I'm standing. But, yeah. Of course. Oh well, at least I got some. Oh yeah, the hitbox of this thing is very wrong. It's very easy to touch it without standing on it. I'm as far away from the thing as possible. But I'll show you this in a moment. You wanna know how easy it is to accidentally hit it? Okay, the moment I actually try to show how easy it is to hit it, the game decides, no. Oh well, let's just go into it anyway. So, with that out of the way, let us hop into the next level, Heavy Machinery. I forgot to put this in my show and E3 demo, but this level was the same in the prototype, but it is completely different from the final. However, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to show how different Castle Machinery was, so if I'm able to show that one of these days, like if I can find a solution to my one issue at the moment, then I'll happily go back and do a little levels I missed kind of deal. And that's why I never collect masks that is suspended in midair, because as soon as I gain movement again, guess what? I have no momentum left. And of course, I forgot to make mention of these enemies. They are very different. They're much tinier and much lamer looking. There's also some unused coding that someone's able to engineer back into the game. Like, at least in the prototype. Because initially it wasn't just Wumpa Fruit, like Crash didn't have just a generalized signature fictional fruit. The famous Wumpa Fruit, the fruit of tomorrow, the very fruit that has been so cherished that it's become gold and even... Yeah. Let's go further on this pathway, because I want to show you how different the other pathway is, because it takes you further into a level. Goodness gracious. I can't kill those things, can I? Huh. They're small, but they can't be killed. Yeah, now it's time to go back. Because this stage had some very Crash 2, design mentalities. At the very least, it was toned down to accommodate for the you can not die once to get a gem. But you remember that mentality I had? Line yourself up, and there you go. You are down here. What have I got? And things are already starting to look different. Yeah. I don't know if I got all the boxes. I'm not sure if there are any boxes on that pathway I walked away from. Oh, it's worth it. By the way, see that platform right there? This is the only platform that does this whole take you back to a certain point in a stage mentality in the entire game. I don't think I can go all the way over there, can I? Well, if I got all the boxes, then victory for me, but you know how different this level was back then. I mean, I guess they had to change it so in a way where getting a box is now possible. Let's try to get this one. Ah. That's how. Like that. Also, jumping behavior is different because enemies do not jump you nearly as high as it does in Final. I'm pretty sure that's a bottomless pit. What have I got? Yeah, making some really steep jumps. This is normally where a Brio stage token would be. I don't know how nervous that was on me. But yeah. I want to go back down. Not that far down. Come on. Like that. Huh. I'm pretty sure I probably missed a box or something. Yeah, I did. One box! I'm pretty sure... did that platform go back up? It probably did. Of course. You happy, guys? I missed one box. Because I'm getting more lives this way, but... might as well show where the game starts getting really unfinished at this point. So, let's go to Generator Room. As you can hear, while there's an echo effect and whatnot, there is no music. None whatsoever. And I already got the box gem for this, so it doesn't matter if I die or not. Anyway. That was my fault. See how fast those things come back up? Yeah.
What have I got?
Also, I think it was a good thing I lost my mask there, because this is one of the things that is very different about this stage. It's also very creepy without the music. I think that thing takes less time to fall down. I'll just, also, yeah, I don't think those things can be killed. You can only just, quote-unquote, parry them. That's probably why I'll just... Ooh. There's some, like, I apologize if I didn't show off, enough of the,
What have I got?
enough of the bonus stages. Because I wanted to, honestly, but yeah, things are already starting to look different here. Let's see. Okay, that honestly also made me nervous. And of course, well, again, it doesn't really matter if I die or not. That part's still, that's still a nasty jump in my opinion. Not going to go for those TNT crates. Instead of a downwards platform, it's just more of these things. I guess they probably thought not a lot of players would have enough jump height or confidence to get past this. So it was pretty short when you can just, like, bomb rush through it. And these little platforms, like, these, like, little coils, these frozen and heat coils have, like, no anything to it. Like, everything's just looking, pretty familiar at this point, so. But, yeah. However, because I showed off... Oh yeah, I was supposed to show off Toxic Waste. Now, hold on. Anyways, let's do Toxic Waste. Toxic Waste actually had some changes from the prototype to this version. Because Toxic Waste, in this version, was in the middle of changes. And as such, no enemies. there's no enemies here. There are enemies in Toxic Waste in the prototype version, but in this particular version, at least I think, like, yeah, like in this version, there are no enemies to worry about.
What have I got?
So you could just take your sweet time with this. Let's see. And however, there was a Tana token hidden over a an acid pit, and that is the one Tana. And like, if I were to show this level before I got the Tana tokens or anything, like the one thing you would have to do before when returning to the level is just mash that hop button so you are still in a state where you're treated as if you were on the ground. So that way you can save yourself and not have to worry about losing any lives or anything. Hey, but yeah, there's no music, no enemies. Like, there were enemies in the prototype version, but in this version there are no enemies to worry about. You know, it kind of feels like I'm going through an abandoned facility that somehow still has its toxic waste running, because, like, it looks like everything's closing and all the employees have left or something like that. Well, that was a good use of my Aku mask. Crashes, abandoned lot exploration. Oh yeah, those two crates. Those two crates right there. Those two crates are a pain to get. You want to make sure your camera is extended. Okay, okay. Because that's where a Tana token would have been. And there are a lot more of those kind of jumps too. Okay, I got those. I'm pretty sure I'm still not going to be able to get the box gem, because it's probably going to treat as if there's like still a box gem missing. But yeah, nothing. Did I miss one box again? No, I did not. And I got a regular gem. I'm guessing color gems, had places that have yet to been, decided on. But yeah. At the very least, I was able to show that. Now, I'm gonna show you a boss fight at least. At the very least, I can just show off Pinstripe. You may notice that there was an unused sound within the, in the final game, the power down sound. Well, let me show you what that power down sound was for. Oh yeah. Crash, stop getting stuck. I could have comboed it. Peter. Yeah. Like, I don't know why that sound was taken out. There are a lot of things I don't know why they were taken out. Of course, we gotta show at least a single bridge level. The Road to Nowhere, and you're gonna see how different this level was. And it was changed for the better, because getting the box gem in this level is impossible, and you'll know why. So, of course, there are a lot of things that are different. Those freaking stalagmites, I think, were much different in the final.
What have I got?
Like, the stalagmites, like, this level was also like this in the prototype version as well. Oh, oh yeah, there's supposed to be a life up there. Good use of my Aku mask, Giga. Wow. It's just like, I'm just gonna complete the level, but now things are starting to show their true colors. You saw a crooked box earlier? Now get ready for having to jump outside of the bridge just to get a box. You can use this box to get that other crate. Yeah, but it gets worse. Much worse. You gonna see this? Yeah. Now I want you to look to your right. You see those steel crates right there? Each complete with a box. And you had to, and if you had to go for a gem... Thanks, Windows! I knew this was gonna happen in a recording sometime or other. And the worst part is that this is still a good take. I knew Windows was gonna be like, we scanned and we didn't find any viruses or threats or anything on your computer. Well, I guess Windows wanted to be part of this part. Hi, Windows. Yeah. How are you supposed to break that crate? I'm pretty sure if it stayed like that in the final, it'd be a steel-bound crate right there. But you cannot break that crate. At least, not easily. Like, I'm sure there's some way to do it, but good luck trying to do it. Oops. Now I will tell you, these levels are very prone to crashing. No pun intended. Because they break easily, especially like the high road. And oops. Yeah, I'm probably gonna game over here. Huh. Yeah, there's the game over. We'll be back here in a moment. At the very least, I can show you this. Look how creepy that is! Against the red background. It's much closer. Those characters are much closer. Like, that background was much... had a generic font on it. And it had a much more generic font on it in the prototype. But yeah, that is creepy. Also, I'm gonna load the save state real quick, so be right back. Also, one thing that I did not pay attention to. Look at that box. Look at that steel crate. That's the only steel crate in all of this prototype, in all of the Crash franchise, to not, to be, well, to be, crooked. Huh, nothing. Okay. Not like a checkpoint matters in this case, but I think I'm at, like, the final stretch. Oh! Yeah, look at that detective face look of Crash. Enjoy it while you can, because I have to load the state again. Be right back. No, wait, I didn't want to go to the high road. No! Well, might as well while I'm here, I might as well just, get some extra lives, so... Because this life never goes away, so I guess I'm gonna make things easier on myself and probably cut the recording here. Then I'll be back once I have enough life. So back in a moment. And we are back. Made another save state because I decided to grind for lives because I figured if I'm given the opportunity, I might as well. Anyway, let's go back to the road of nowhere. I mean, road to nowhere. This time, packing up 20 lives. And 2 masks. I was worried the game was gonna freeze for a moment. Because the emulator has... I am just wasting my lives on the same exact spot. Had to hop over a hog in this space. And as you can see, those red planks used to be a lot more different. Ugh. Yeah, you can move around while you got that last Tana token. And what does the bonus round look like? Well, let's see. It's just the first one. I believe this same return to round code was used for like a couple of prototypes or demos, rather more final looking demos, like the 1 level demo of Crash 1. Yeah, Crash 1 jank. Gah. And of course, Tana serves as a checkpoint. Okay. Now, I'm gonna hop around. Because while the red gem path does not exist, at the very least, this path still existed. Pretty sure it exists in the prototype as well, But hey. Oh. Anyway, I apologize for that interruption. Because I didn't know how high it would have gone through the freaking fade out, but before we decide to take care of a certain level, let's go all the way to Whole Hog. Because this level is mean. If you thought... Okay, before we go any further, Whole Hog was drastically changed from this demo. Like, it was a lot easier. There are a lot of functional, unused stuff in here. So, when we go forth, this might as well just be a whole different level. I shall dub this level, Attention Hog. Huh, I didn't know after the fade out the music still played. This is also another reason why I live grinded. Because this level was... Well, I'm not gonna get the gem anyway. This level was unforgiving. I'm pretty sure that this level was probably unlocked for, this level was probably, like, once it was tested, a lot of people struggled with it. Oh. Yeah. This level is strict. This level took me a lot of save states, and I'll probably use a save state just to have the 20 lives I had earlier. But, man, what is a hitbox even? Yeah, you have to jump at that in advance. And then you have some new obstacles that weren't seen in the final. You have these saws in the boat, and then I'm going to introduce you the boomerangs. These boomerangs, their sound files and models even exist in the final. And of course, I get hit by the very last boomerang. The very last boomerang is always the hardest to read. Oh. There are like arches and like there's like fence arch whatever. It's like what looks like you would put a sign on top of it. Those were in the boulder levels. Don't did it again. This is stuff that I would see as like a DLC level for Insane Trilogy because of how mean it was. Nope, I should have hopped right, then went left. Left, then right. Ah, got me again. Right. Okay. There we go. So, lights out. You want to see how this has changed? This was when they were just getting the one parts of the gimmick put together. No music, and the lighting still hasn't been perfected. So while you have a bit of visibility, it's not the greatest. And yeah. Now, one thing I'll probably end it with is me trying to go through the high road and seeing how much it will take me to yo freaking. It's always the third mice that always gets me. But man, is this level changed. I have no invincibility code, so I can't really... Or invincibility button combination, so I can't really take advantage of that. But, yeah. I'll probably show a little bit of fumbling in the dark to show how unfinished it is. Oh. But it's just, yeah, this level is very unfinished. Like the one platforms, the one platforms do not have different colors or shapes. Like the moving platforms aren't like thinner. Yeah. It's a bit, it's much, I don't know why, but it's much harder to see with this version of the light. Also, here are the one things. And of course, with, whoa. Ow! Ooh. Pro strats. And that's what we call a pro gamer move. Okay, I'm not gonna say that again. Okay. But, yeah, no music. Kinda makes this level a bit creepy. Ooh. 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 Oh, that was my fault. Okay, hop on this, hop on this, hop on this. And, oh, whatever, I'll just beat the level. Oh, man. But, hey. But, yeah. But because I'm very, yeah. I'm glad you guys saw that. I'm glad you guys saw that because that is a glitch that's happened to me when I was, like when I was streaming, and a lot of people experienced it too. But because I'm low on lives, I'm going to load a save state to get me back to 20. So as you can tell, well, one thing I forgot to mention is Aku Aku, but blank textures. Of course, it's very hard to like show everything when you're on a time limit. Ah, crap. Should have waited. But there's a lot that's like unfinished with this level. Oh, that was my fault. And like this level's much harder. Like it's still the hardest level in the game. Why did I do that? Should have waited. Hubris. Shouldn't get too confident in myself with my platforming skills. Ooh. Let's just, I want to get to a certain point of this level. That, you don't know how nervous that always makes me. Look how empty this field is. Look how, like, you can see the windows. I'm surprised they didn't go for a lightning effect for this, for these kind of levels. Like, I would have liked the extra ambience, but what are you gonna do? But hey, I mean, if I do beat it, which I probably won't with these 20 lives, like, you don't have, like, a Konami code or anything. Ah! Hitboxes. Yeah, but layout-wise, it's pretty much identical to the final. It's just untextured, and you don't have, like, that back part that I hate so much. So, let's just go back to the map. So, while we're here, we're at the... I'm gonna show you the one level that I don't know how I can actually get the boss to be considered beaten, because... Nitrous Brio. You want to see how broken this level is? Or rather, this boss? You're about to see those glorious results right now. Holy broken textures, Batman! Look at this! Look at this! On top of not having his boss music ready, you also have to worry about him throwing purple beakers that will hurt us. Of course, now you have to deal with 2 of these blobs. And unfortunately, I didn't keep the color coding with this one. Because I would have liked it for it to like stay that way, to show like when they're red, you could tell you can't hurt them right away. And of course, I lose my last Aku mask, making the. Of course, I want to stay close to him, so certain parts of the boss are made easier. He's gonna drink the one thing, and the game will freeze for a moment. He has become Monster Brio, which we can only hurt from one part of it. Come on. Hit me with your best shot, Brio. Hit me. And he will explode. And despite there being 3 hits, he probably has 5. And of course he gets rid of the one thing, leaving him in a perpetual state of going back and forth, meaning that I can't beat him. I would have been surprised if I was able to, but I'm pretty sure he probably has 5 hits instead of 3. So let's go back to the map. If anyone can figure how I can get to the other map, like other parts of the map, or something like that, I'd be happy with it. Because I wish I can show off the other levels to see how different they are and stuff like that, but what am I gonna do? So I figure, what better way to end this video by going through the highly unstable, the high road. Now, as soon as the simulator crashes, that's where I'm gonna end the recording. The high road is very unstable. Like, I don't think I'll ever get the box gem. Actually, no, I can't get the box gem in this particular version. Because there are some pretty nasty glitches here. In fact, one of those nasty glitches is near the beginning. It's possible that even after hopping on those, like planks, it's possible that you could just fall through the floor. Oh ho 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 ho. Oh ho ho ho. It's this part that I always struggle with. I want to keep on jumping on him. Hey. How tight this is. Then you have this part. Okay. No joke, I was nervous. Oh! Of course. Because this level is just freaking long. Ah! Aye. Oh, I misjudged. Further I go into this level, the easier it is for it to crash. That's how unstable this level is, because supposedly there's a nasty memory leak with this level. And like memory leaks are like a worst nightmare for any programmer or like anyone who's playing a level. This simulator is gonna crash because those planks despawned. Whenever things start despawning, like one more death, and the TNT crate despawned too. Oh, it's an arch. I can go through it. Oh wow, a lot more things are despawning. Yeah, that's how unstable this level is. There are full playthroughs of it, but one more death, I think the warhogs despawned. No, I was wrong. One of the warhogs despawned, meaning that, like, if I... Oh, wow. A lot of things are despawning. More things. Meaning that this thing can crash at any moment. Oh, I have to make this long jump, and the emulators crashed. Yeah, I knew it was going to crash at some point. I didn't know how soon. Anyway, that's about it for the prototypes. When we meet here next time, we'll be doing the Japanese post-commentary playthrough where I look through the most apparent changes to the Japanese version of the game. You can't really see it, but I have like an opcode like 28 at at other stuff like right here. That's how unstable this level is. Anyway, I've been GigaLem. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to donate, there are a couple of links in the description below. And with that said, I got nacho fries to eat. Anyways, I shall bid you guys adieu.